A recent article says China has betrayed its deal with the Vatican over the appointment of bishops. Writing in National Review, Nina Shea says new guidelines released by the Communist Party in China over the appointment of bishops include, quote, no provision for any papal role in the process, not even a papal right to approve or veto episcopal appointments. It's as if the deal never happened. And Nina Shea joins us now. She is the director of the Center for Religious Freedom at the Hudson Institute. Nina, welcome back. Great to see you. First off, do we know what the deal between the Vatican and China actually says?
Well, we know one thing, and that's because the Vatican and Pope Francis himself has said it. The text is held confidentially, so it has not been published. But Pope Francis said at the time it was signed 2 years ago, in September 2018, that there is a role for the Pope to appoint bishops. That is clear, he said. And the Vatican has said something similar over the ensuing months. So we do know that. We know that the agreement was heralded as a breakthrough agreement. It came after decades of negotiations. It's very important for the Vatican, as they explained at their press conference, to have this kind of a papal role because it ensures the unity of the church to proclaim the Gospels under the Pope. So this was very important to the Vatican, and it was applauded by them at the time. Interestingly, China has never said a word about this agreement. They have not participated in these press conferences the Vatican has held. And then recently, in January, they issued new rules governing religion that specifies how bishops are to be appointed, Catholic bishops. There is no mention of the Pope.
Well, Nina, defenders of the accord say that recent announcement from China is really not a betrayal since the Vatican and China never agreed to what would happen after the bishops were appointed. They also say the omission of the Vatican is because China almost never mentions foreign governments in official documents. What would you say to that?
Well, the whole point of the document was to appoint bishops, not to what would happen after the appointments were made. It was to appoint bishops. Now, the rules specify how to appoint bishops, and there's no papal role specified. Cardinal Zen said that this deal would kill the underground church. So what has happened is that the Pope has agreed, or the Vatican has agreed under this agreement, to really put its trust in the patriotic church, the government's created Catholic Church, and to have a role in that, within that institution, to appoint bishops. And China has rounded up the underground and said that these are unregistered Catholic bishops and priests, and told them they must join this patriotic church. So the underground has been destroyed because these faithful priests and bishops in the so-called underground will not defy the Pope. That's the whole point of the underground. They must sign a pledge, and this is in the rules, the new rules, that they must be independent from the Vatican and from the Pope. So this is an apostasy, according to Cardinal Zen. They must be apostate to even enter this patriotic church. So that's why I say that it has betrayed the Vatican. They've already fulfilled their part of the deal, which was to corral the underground into the government's church. Now the government seems to be excluding any papal role, any papal appointments of bishops, which was, again, the sole issue of substance, the sole concession that the Vatican got from this deal.
You know, we have less than a minute left, but I'm wondering, you know, what happens from here? What would you like to see happen?
Well, I think that, unfortunately, the world is not willing to stand up to China on this. This was a bilateral agreement. The Vatican is a Holy See, is a sovereign state. They should be standing with the Vatican to call for the compliance with this agreement, because this is going to be a pattern. We've already seen it in a much bigger scale with the breaking of the Hong Kong one government, two systems agreement with Great Britain over the last summer. So this is going to be part of a pattern, I fear, with China. And President Biden should take that into consideration. He's a Catholic. He should study this case. He should put some pressure on China, and he should be very cautious in entering any kind of climate change deal or any other kind of deal with China, because the church, as we've seen, not only had a broken agreement, but they're in a much worse position now to survive without an underground. That's how they survived through the Cultural Revolution, to survive this repressive Xi period, the Xi Jinping period of China.
Well, Nina, thank you so much for coming on. We always appreciate your analysis. Nina Shea, Director of the Center for Religious Freedom at the Hudson Institute. Thanks again, Nina.